Hey everybody, how is it going? I wanted to elaborate a little bit on my short that I posted about hognoses not eating this time of year. So here is all of my babies that I have left this year, and pretty much half of them have stopped eating, and the other half are still eating consistently. So why is that? Now, provided nothing major has changed, like if your heat mat has stopped working, if your humidity has changed, if, you know, something is going on. There are obviously, hey buddy, you think, see, he wants food. He's ready. You just ate yesterday. Chill out, bro. So yeah, if everything is still the same, if nothing has changed, like I said, there is gonna be, some one-off kind of circumstances where like, uh-oh, your snake has stopped eating and it's a vet situation. But most of the time, now we're talking about hognoses and other colubrids, also kind of fall into this category. Now, when it's winter time in the wild, they cannot thermoregulate, okay? Which means they cannot digest their food. So if they keep eating in the wintertime, okay, so this is also one of my really good eaters. She's not eating right now because it is wintertime. But you might say like, hey man, but they're inside, right? They're in my house. They're on a thermoregulated heat mat that's on, so yes, so technically they would be fine to still eat, but my window is right here. So they can tell that it's wintertime because of the light cycles from outside. Even though we have lights inside, that still affects them. Okay, so every time this year, it never fails to happen. So we've been doing this for almost 4 years now. And in the beginning, it was very scary. Like, oh no, my snake's not eating, it's gonna die. Because, you think of like a dog or something like that. Like if you don't feed your dog for 3 months, it's not alive anymore. Sorry. So, but snakes aren't like that, right? So during the winter time, they really slow down their metabolism. So you don't have to worry if they stop eating. Now, it is a little worrisome when they're like babies like this and they stop eating. So you got to just keep an eye on them. If they've eaten before and then they stop eating, that's not a problem. But if they have not eaten and they're still not eating, that's when you kind of want to start doing things like assist feeding. I know there's a lot of this is bad, this is good kind of conversation about that. You do your own thing, you do what you think is right, but I'm not going to let a snake die just because it hasn't learned how to eat. This guy right here, we had to assist feed him for 8 months, and now he's eating on his own. Yeah, he was a stubborn guy. But see, he would have probably not been alive if we didn't do that for him. So, anyway, back to the not eating during the wintertime. So, brumation time, right? When we put them in the fridge, it slows their breathing. They don't need to eat. They don't even need water. We just want to make sure that we keep them on moist substrate instead of this dry stuff. We don't brumate them on this, right? Because this is super dry. We brumate them on like cocoa coir or something like that, like a cocoa coir and sand mixture, which has some humidity, which helps them lock in humidity in their body, as well as if they need humidity, they can kind of, absorb it through there. We've already had you open. Yeah, so this one wants food too. So yeah, well, all that being said, if you're one of those people who's really worried about your snake not eating this time of year, don't freak out. Don't start scenting. Don't start taking them out of their enclosure, putting them in a smaller enclosure. All that change, all that new stuff is the same as, them having to reacclimate again. So if they've been eating and they just stop, it's fine. So the longest one of my snakes has gone without eating has been 6 months, and then started eating just fine again. Here's one that also likes to eat a lot. That's kind of on. So she usually eats twice a week, but she's down to like once a week now. So that also can happen where they keep eating, but they don't eat as often. I do have one snake that last year I brumated her. She was eating really well, and then I brumated her last year. And look at this. I brumated her last year, took her out of brumation, paired her with two different males. They never locked or did anything like that, and she never started eating. She still hasn't eaten. It's been 14 months. She's still alive. She still has plenty of energy. I've even had some of my friends like Jason from Beyond Genetics. He even took her for a couple of weeks to see if he could get her to eat because this is an anomaly, right? Like that's not normal that they go that long. But yeah, she went that long and she's still going. She's currently in brumation again because I can't think of anything else that I could possibly do to get her to eat. So maybe if we brumate her again, it'll kick her eating, I don't know, her eating sensation back on. I don't know. So that's a weird one. I don't have an answer for that. There might just be something going on there. But other than that, usually between 2 to 4 months is how long most of my snakes go off eating, especially the males. The males are probably the ones that go off eating first and for the longest. See this guy right here too, he eats all the time. And he's not eating now. This is my Super Arctic Superconda. His name is Ghost. But yeah, but he's not eating right now either. And he's usually like, I don't know what kind of snake he thinks he is. He like dives on the mouse and does a whole bunch of twisty turny stuff like a boa constrictor. What are you doing? He was checking me out. But yeah, so long story short, don't freak out if your snake's not eating. They'll start eating again. Don't do a whole bunch of new stuff. You know, don't increase the temperature, decrease the temperature, take them out of their enclosure, scent the mouse, do it. Like, those are things you do when you're trying to get the snake to eat for the first time. Now, again, there is some, one-offs here and there where the snake is losing a lot of weight. Something might be wrong. The snake might be sick. The environment might be bad. Okay, but I'm talking about just general. Everything is still the same, and all of a sudden they stop eating. So, all right, I hope that helps somebody. Yeah, you guys have a good new year. Talk to you soon.